Hello, my dears. Hello, welcome. It's your girl, LaShanda Henry here, aka Sister Sense, with the lovely Printamin barking in the corner over here. How are you, my dears? Welcome. So, okay, today what I'm going to do is I am jumping on here so I can talk to you about how to rock out your weekly web business goals with strategy and intention. This is a ready for revenue recap session. This session for me is all about sharing with you some things that you guys need to do when it comes to making sure that you're ready for revenue this week and you're going to rock out your goals for the week. So, of course, number one, whether you're watching me live or via the replay, please feel free to say, hey, say hello. That's number one. And of course, number two, for those of you who are checking in on the replay side, you can always remember to drop into the comment box, hashtag replays rock. And don't forget, of course, to share this out because sharing is what it's all about. Alrighty, y'all. So we are going to dive right into our session for today. If it's okay, just give me a minute here just to make sure that I can see what you guys say to me while we're live. So just want to check in on that as well. So, whew, it's been a good week. It's been a solid week. It's been a great godly week. Bless God about all the things that have happened, even the bad things, because sometimes the bad things are required to happen so the good things can come in, right? That's the yin and yang of life. The good and bad kind of balance each other out. Okay, do you need to jump up here? Because you looking like you need some attention. What's up? Need to jump up here? All right, y'all. So I'm going to start this conversation today, and we're going to begin by digging into what I like to call A and A. When it comes to being focused, when it comes to being productive, when it comes to really moving forward, right? Being ready for revenue and working on your revenue goals, I talk about what I like to call A and A. For me, that stands for your accomplishments and your actions. There are two types of goals. The things that you want to accomplish, number one, and the actions you're going to take to accomplish those things, number two. So thank you for the thumbs up, by the way. So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to identify and really think about going into the new week. If you want to be ready for revenue, what are, number one, the things that you want to accomplish? And number two, what are the actions, the things you're going to do? And we're going to talk about A&A for a little bit for today. And I'm going to walk you through my personal recommendations of ready for revenue strategies. Okay. Hey, Janae. Welcome, my dear. Welcome. So A&A, first thing that I wanted you to think about when it comes to your weekly goals, what are your actions? What are your accomplishments? We're going to dig into both of those today. Ooh, I got some hearts. Thank you, my dears. Thank you. Now, actions, accomplishments. First, let's talk about accomplishment goals. The things that you say, I want to accomplish these things, okay? Last week, I had my monthly accountability call. And one of the things I talked about was how to tackle your to-do list. I gave my step-by-step process of tackling your to-do list, okay? And in that, one of the things I said is that you got to talk to yourself. That's the first step to tackling your to-do list. And I said, I know it's kind of crazy. Folks be like, crazy. Only crazy people talk to themselves. But here's the deal, right? One of my favorite quotes is as follows. Number one, if you see me talking to myself, do not disturb and do not be alarmed because I'm in a staff meeting, okay? As an entrepreneur, usually we wear many hats, right? We're the creator, we're the marketer, we're the salesperson. We wear many hats. So when we talking to ourselves, we in staff meetings, okay? So the first thing that you got to do when you think about rocking the web, being ready for revenue, tackling your weekly to-do list, you have to talk to yourself. Now, here's the interesting thing about that, and I mentioned this in the accountability call. There are 3 parts of you that you need to talk to. Number 1, your past self. So what were some things that your past self said, I need you to do, right? Because there's a you who back then, right, could have been 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 months ago, at the beginning of the year. There's some, let's be clear, there are some past self things that you wanted to do. That's number 1. Hey, Don, good morning, good morning. So when we talk about being ready for revenue, when we talk about being in a place where you're ready to really rock out the new week, the first thing that we need to do is reconnect with the past you. What did she want to accomplish? Okay, that's number 1. And as I'm saying this, feel free to drop into the comment box what your past self wanted to do. And feel free to just kind of think about it, write it down, because in order for you to get to where you want to be, you've got to be in a place where you SCF. SCF for me stands for where start, continue, finish. A lot of entrepreneurs are great starters and sucky finishers, right? Raise your hand. Raise your hand, right? I'm a part of that, LaShanda. That's me, right? You're right. Some people, it's easy for them to start, or it feels good to start, but it gets hard when they have to continue and finish. And in order for you to start, continue, and finish, you have to consistently reconnect with your past self. What did she start? What did she want to accomplish? What were some of those things? And we're all guilty of this, right? Either because our plate gets really full, or we get distracted, or we suffer from, raise your hand, shiny object syndrome, right? Where you wanted to do this, and then all of a sudden something new comes on your plate, and you go, ooh, I want to do this, right? So now you're switching it up. So I was doing a virtual training a few weeks ago. One of my fabulous business besties said, I'm doing a virtual summit, LaShanda, can you come on and speak? And one of the things I talked about is tricking for trends. I said, y'all got to stop tricking for trends. When you're a place where you're doing one thing, but then something trendy is happening in your industry, and you go, ooh, I think I'm going to do that too. That ain't your lane, right? One of my favorite quotes, stay in your lane, won't be no traffic. That ain't your lane because it's trending and you think everybody else is doing it. You should be doing it too. All of a sudden you start tricking for trends, right? One of the first things that you need to do when it comes to identifying the things that you want to accomplish this coming week is to talk to yourself, right? You talk to 3 people, your past self, your present self, and your future self. Okay, so your past self, there are certain things that she wanted to accomplish. What were those things? That's number 1. Number 2, your present self. There's some things that she wants to do. What you trying to do this Sunday? One of my favorite quotes is, a Sunday well spent brings a week full of content, right? What are you trying to accomplish in your present state? Those top priority things that are on your mind. My live stream with you right now is a top priority for me. Checking in with 2 of my really, really amazing private clients today. It's Sunday, but I'm going to tell you, when I love what I do, because I love what I do, I find the time. It doesn't mean that I have to wait until Monday to check in with these folks. There's some folks that I'll be checking in with today. One of my clients, her birthday is tomorrow, and I want to make sure that all her good is ready for her birthday, because she said, LaShanda, can we have it done by my birthday? So yeah, I'm working on Sunday. Not all the time, but the beautiful thing about life is that it's a choice, right? We can choose to do the things that we want to do. And I choose to come through for her in a big way so she can have some big things that she can share on her birthday. So those are some of the things that are present for me right now. Those are some of the things that I'm working on right now. What are some present things that you say I need to do today? Right? That's number 2. Number 3, your future self. Thank you for the hearts and the loves and the laughs and all that good stuff. I appreciate you guys. And feel free to share this out because, of course, sharing is caring. What does your future self want? You've got to set yourself up for success by identifying what your future self wants. What are some things that you want in the future? Here's what I want you guys to do. Do this activity for me. Hey, Anissa. Welcome, my dear. Welcome, welcome. What are some, and this says, I work on a Sunday. All right. Whoop, 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 whoop. Represent for my Sunday workers in the building, right? What are some things that you want to envision and you see yourself having accomplished by the end of the week, this coming new week? What are some things that you want to see and say that this is you 7 days from now? This is what you've accomplished 7 days from now. Then I want you to look at yourself by the end of the month. What are some things that you say by the end of this month, the first of the next month? These are things, this is my future self, like Terminator, right? I'll be back. The future you, what are some things that you want that person to have accomplished a week from now, by the end of the month, by the end of the quarter, and by the end of the year? Because let me be clear, in order for you to get there, you got to start here. One of my favorite quotes is, do something today that your future self will thank you for. You got to set yourself up for success, which requires you to set it up now. Put the blocks in places, right? Put the pieces together, right? Get the ball rolling. You're not just going to magically be there in a year. Oprah wasn't built in a day. Beyonce wasn't built in a day. Okay. Which means the reality of the situation is, in order for you to get there, you got to be clear about where there is. Visualization works. It's one of, just as we talking about working on Sunday, visualization works. And you have to WWW for me, which stands for work what works. Where do you want to be by the end of the week? Where do you want to be? So these are just not rhetorical questions. I would love it if you shared your responses with me. Number one, your past self. Can you identify 1 to 3 things your past self wanted to do? Number 2, guess what? Distractions are everywhere, and it's okay if some things have distracted you. You didn't accomplish those things. What's important is you reconnect with that girl so that you SCF, not just start, but continue and finish the goals and activities you wanted to get done. Reconnect with her. Number 2, identify the things that now your new present you want to do. Because maybe the game changed a little bit. Your mindset changed a little bit, right? Maybe your confidence and your swag changed a little bit. Maybe you want to hold back on some things. Maybe you want to push through on other things. What does your present self want to do? What does she feel like she wants to invest in? And your future you. So I said to you guys, in October, I'm doing my Print Your Profits weekend workshop. In January, I'm doing my Fire Start Your Year weekend workshop. I already see myself there in the Hilton, in the suite, hanging with my girls, teaching, having a great time. But in order for me to be there, let's be clear, I got to start here. So early registration has already opened for Print Your Profits, which, by the way, is over at citizensense.com/PYP, which stands for Print Your Profits. Ladies are literally registering now because it's already time. So in order for you to be where you need to be or want to be, and at the end of the week or at the end of the quarter or at the end of the year, you need to start here and prepare. What do you need to be preparing for right now? Huh? Hey, Monique. Good morning, my dear. Good morning, my dear. You must set yourself up to win. Yes. Your wins begin within. That's one of my signature Sister Sense quotes. Your wins begin within. What's within you? Reconnect with that girl. That's the beginning of the process, okay? Now, and I say these are my signature Sister Sense quotes because I've been online for almost 2 decades, almost 20 years, and I'm telling you stuff that I tell my clients, and I'm telling you stuff that I tell myself. Now, some of you guys, maybe you're hearing this for the first time. Maybe you've heard me say it because this is some of the stuff I talked about in my accountability call last week, Thursday. The reality is, I always tell myself, LaShanda, you got to remember to remind yourself to ... Because me just jumping on here and sharing some things with you that you got to do, that's great. But the reality is, you know what's even better? You implementing, you taking action. There are 2 types of people in this world, ATs, active talkers and action takers, people who roll up their sleeves and do the work. I can tell you this 15 times. None of that means a can of beans unless you do something, which means I have to remember to remind myself. And so do you. You got to remember to remind yourself of the things that you got to do if you want to be ready for revenue and you want to rock out that web goal too, right? Whatever those web goals may be. So the first part of this conversation for me is about your goals. And I mentioned there are two types of goals. I call these A and A goals. Your accomplishments, the things that you want to do, and your actions, the things that you're going to do to reach your accomplishments. Okay, the accomplishments and the actions. Those are two types of goals. We're going to talk about your actions in a second. But first thing I want you to do is to identify your accomplishments, the things that you want to say, I achieved that. In order for you to identify the goals, the accomplishments you want, and thank you for the hearts and the love. Feel free to share this out or tag somebody here as well. In order for you to do that, you got to talk to three parts of you: your past self, your present self, and your future self too. Make sure you're clear about what those three parts of you want. The past self, what she wanted, the present self, what you want, and your future self, what she needs you to want right now. So like the Terminator, right? Think about the Terminator and how that, I'll be back, right? Going back to the future, right? Being in a space where the future self goes to the past self and says, hey, this is what's coming. Make sure you're ready for it, right? This is kind of that kind of experience. Visualize your future self, her coming back to you and saying, hey, in order for me to be here, this is some stuff that you need to do, right? This is some stuff that you need to accomplish. Monique says, very true. I'm now an action taker. I love it. 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 Oh my goodness. I'm so glad to see you guys here. Monique is one of my fabulous clients. We had an awesome clarity call last week. And I think that we're about to get ready for some VIP calls too, right? Make sure, y'all, that you go over to, just a friendly reminder, that you go over to sistersense.com/PICK3. Not the word 3, but the number 3. sistersense.com/pick3. Literally, I think there are about 14 hours left before the Pick 3 project ends, because opportunities, my friends, opportunity expires. And I see my girls in the building. Monique was one of the awesome ladies who have decided to participate in the Pick 3 experience, which literally starts at Pick 3 for 30. You can pick 3 of my fabulous resources, solutions, and tools, having the ability to participate in programs with me or to speak with me or get a VIP day with me. That starts at literally $30, but it does go away in a few hours. You can grab your Pick 3 over at sistersense.com/PICK. Okay. So make sure you take a look at that and grab what you need before it goes away, because opportunities expire. They expire. So we're talking about accomplishments. First, I want you to lay out for yourself what is that? What is having a dog is like having a baby. You know, when people say to me, you're still so young, when are you going to have another one? And I'm like, the one that I have is almost 13. I don't need a 13-year gap between the first one and the next one, so that ain't happening. But somehow she found crayons, and this must have fell on the floor, so she decided to chew up the crayons. So yes, literally having a dog is like having, so I said, that's my baby. She's a Maltese. She is this big. She's not getting any bigger. When I want to soothe her like a baby, she's like, get off of me. Get off of me. You know when you want to hold the baby in your arms and feel all motherly? I could do that with her until she's like, get off. All right, so let's get back at it, y'all. Like I said, make sure that you go over to Pick 3 to grab your Pick 3. And for those of you who do, make sure that when you do, you send your address to me, because all my Pick 3 awesome participants, I'm going to be mailing out some fabulous good gifts, my books, my planners, some surprise goodies this week. So make sure you don't forget to take advantage of that for those of you who do participate in Pick 3. We are going to go through my Position to Profit Planner. as part of your revenue goals today. So I'm super, super excited about that. By the way, if you don't have the digital printable version of the Position to Profit Planner, let me know. And if you are in pick 3, for those of you who are in pick 3 this week, I will make sure that I give you the digital version of this. And if you want the printable version, let me know. You got pick 3 and say, LaShanda, I know you sending a surprise gift to me. If you got any more of those print Position to Profit workbooks, can you send me one of those? Okay. So I only have a certain amount of stuff in my inventory. Alrighty, y'all, let's get back into it. Accomplishments. Accomplishment starts with you talking to yourself, those 3 parts of yourself, your past, your present, and your future. Next, for me, when it comes to your accomplishments, it's identifying, in addition to those things that you've set out to do. Remember, I said to you, this is about being ready for revenue, right? So what you got to do is you got to set your revenue goals, okay? So one of the things that you'll find inside of the Position to Profit Planner, it's an audio series plus it's a workbook. Here's the Money Guides page. And the Money Guides page says the first step to reaching your cash flow goals is setting a clear money goal. Who already knows how much money they want to make this week? If you do, say yes, number 1. And number 2, feel free to drop into the comment box for me and let me know what you got for your money goals. You got to be ready for revenue, and it starts with your revenue goals, right? Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Napoleon Hill. Did you know if you make $100 per day, that is $3K in 30 days, $36K for the year? Did you know, and I'm reading you what I have inside of the workbook, because we got to be clear about what we need to do to get where we want to be, okay? So I'm just telling you, okay? Now, did you know if you make $200 per day, that's $6,000 in 30 days and $72K a year? What in your business right now? And I know some of you guys are 9-to-5 entrepreneurs, so maybe your revenue goal for your business isn't necessarily what you need altogether because you already got a full-time job, right? Maybe you just need some extra, or maybe your business is your full-time thing like me. So how much do you want to make in your business every month? How much do you want to make in your business this month? How much do you want to make a week? Do you have your revenue goals? I'm seeing some folks saying, yes, I do, which is a good thing. What do you need? What do you want? Those are some things you got to be clear about. If you make $300 per day, that's $9K in 30 days, which results in over 100. Well, that's $108K per year. So how much do you want to make every day? You got to set 2 things, your base and your reach. So last week, as I do every week, I had my base goal and I had my reach goal. Right? And I made sure that I set very clear goals for myself. Now, I think I'm somewhere for that, like, because it's Sunday, I got to maybe about half of my reach goal, which is okay. I didn't get to my reach goal. Somewhere in the middle. So I always say you say a base, a middle, and a reach. I got to my middle, which is great. I didn't get to the reach, but I got to my middle. So being in a place where you set your goals, I have for myself very specific 4-figure goals for myself on a weekly basis to help me hit my consistent 4- and 5-figure goals on a monthly basis, right? So you got to set your base and your reach, and your middle is where you fall in between. I fell in the middle for my goals this week, which is better than not getting anything. You don't want to be a 0. You don't want to be a bottom. You want to hit at least your base, which is your minimum, or get to your reach, which is your ideal, or fall somewhere in the middle, right? Which is what I did, okay? So how much do you want every day this week? Set your base, set your reach. Now, I believe in being in a space where you are speaking positive words to yourself, right? Positive words, positive energy. And I have a money mantra that I've written that I have for me that I share with you inside of the Position to Profit Planner, which is what I'm going through right here, okay? Now, it says, today I will make ... So how much you want to make today, or how much you want to make tomorrow, which is Monday. Today I will make ... I am going to make ... because I am powerful. I am a money magnet. I am ready to receive from all sources that are in my highest and best good. I am filled with positive energy as I plan for and prepare to receive more money, my money, right? Folks, y'all got to understand that there is power in the words that you speak. I remember when my hubby's mom, she said, you never say that you don't have money. Never say that you broke. Never speak and claim brokenness, right? My money tied up right now because God got my money. It's maybe tied up a little bit, but he got it for me, and I'm going to get it exactly what I needed. Don't say that you broke and you can't get no money and you can't find no money and you ain't got no, don't claim them things. But maybe your money is tied up. God has got your money, honey, and it's going to come to you so long as you are in a place where you speak positivity and you prepare to attract. Because what you want, right, what you're looking for is looking for you. You got to claim it. You got to claim it. And this, it says, today I will make 300 per day. Come on now. 300 per day. That's 9K in 30 days. That's 108 per year. That's your 6 figures. 300 a day. Today I will make 300. And I'm going to talk about that goal. I love that goal. Feel free to follow Anissa's suit, whether you are live or via the replay, and share what your goal is. It's a 50, 100, or 200, or 300, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, whatever your goal is, boo. Let us be clear that when you have a very specific goal, you need to work towards that goal with strategy and intention. So I'm going to share this mantra with you once again. Again, if you want the mantra, you can get the Position to Profit Planner. Now, there are 2 ways to get this. I have something called the Cash Flow Goals series, okay? At sistersense.com/CFG, which stands for Cash Flow Goals, you can get the free starter for cash flow goals, and then you can learn more about how to get the full cash flow goals kit, the audio series, and the Position to Planner right here at sistersense.com/CFG. Now, for those of you who participate in my Pick 3 project, which ends in a few hours today, make sure that if you did want to get the cash flow goals Position to Profit and you don't already have it, you messaged me. Any level of the Pick 3, message me. Make sure you get it. You participate, and I will make sure you get this as an extra special gift. Okay? So once again, the mantra says, today I will make ... So we're going to do Anissa's mantra. Anissa said, today I will make $300. Today I will make $300. I'm going to make 300 because I am powerful. I'm a money magnet. I am ready to receive from all sources that are in my highest and best good. I am filled with positivity. I am filled with energy as I plan for and prepare to receive more money, my money. Okay? So that's the money mantra that I share with you here. Okay? Now, there's another part of the mantra that's in the book. I'll save that for you when you get there. Okay? So, as part of the Position to Profit Planner, I don't know if you can see this. The glow up is real, y'all. Let's see if I can turn down the ring light for just a little bit right here. Okay. So this is set clear cash flow goals. Each page has information you can use. It's a workbook planner. And then there are sections that you can fill out for yourself. And you can do the cash flow goals planner. There is the printable version. Some of you guys will probably get the printable version as part of your Pick 3 when I send you out some gifts. Based on how many I have in my inventory, I don't have a lot left in my office, but then you can get the printable digital version, okay? So when it comes to setting your cash flow goals, it says, this is one of my favorite quotes, y'all, speak what you seek until you see what you said. You want to define your daily, weekly, and monthly cash flow goals. So first is today I will make ... How much you want to make today. This week I will make ... Now for the first goal, it says you need to set your daily goal and select your focus offers for today. Let's be clear. It's not just about the money, honey. It's about the offers, the opportunities that you give for people to invest into your best. So if you say, Anissa, because I'm shouting my girl out, because she was with one of the first people here to say, look, this is how much I want to make, right? Feel free, guys, to drop into the comment box how much you want to make today or tomorrow or every day for this week, right? So she said 300. So first you're going to say, today I will make ... In her case, 300. Then you're going to define The offers. What are the offers that you are going to sell to make that amount? What are the offers that you are going to sell? Now I feel like the ring light is not as bright as it was before. What are the offers that you're going to sell to reach your goal for the day? That was number one. Number two, you want to set your weekly goals. And then if you want to make X amount for the week, right? Several hundred, several thousand, what are you going to sell this week? And if you want to make X amount for the month, what's your monthly goal? What are you going to sell this month to reach those goals? This is not rocket science, but I understand for some folks, common sense ain't common. That's why you need me to give you a little dose of direction and clarity, right? What do you want to make and what you going to sell? You can't just make money, honey. You can't just say, ooh, I want $1,000 today. God, let it come, right? Don't work that way. God helps those who helps themselves, by the way. That's what my mama used to tell me every day when I was a kid. God helps those who helps themselves, right? So the next thing that I want us to do when it comes to this conversation is to move further into actions. So I said to you, we're talking about how to be ready for revenue, okay? I said one of the things that you got to do is you got to set your accomplishment goals and you have to set your action goals, the things you're going to do to actually get things done. So as far as your accomplishments, we talked about you talking to yourself, and then we talked about you setting your revenue goals. Okay, that's number one. Number two, let's talk about actions, things that you're going to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is to go to, there's a 7-day cash flow calendar inside of this right here. This is the ready to receive calendar. There's a money map in here, and then there's the cash flow calendar. Okay. So this is Sunday sales prep, okay? So guys, I'm going to give you 2 pages of action steps from this book before we move forward, okay? So again, by the way, there's a 7-day cash flow calendar in here, which takes you from Sunday to Saturday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, that's the calendar. There's a money map. There are the ready to receive calendar. There's quite a few sections in here. So when we come to the Sunday sales prep, there are several questions for you. The first question is, what is your daily cash flow goal for the week? What do you plan to sell this week? And how do you plan to market this week? Okay, those are some questions to consider. Moving into the new week, you want to be prepared. You want to have that strategy and intention. You want to be clear about what you're going to do, which means you need to have your cash flow goal. You need to understand and identify what you're going to sell, and you need to understand and identify how you're going to market. We're going to talk about some marketing strategies today as well, so I'm super, super excited about that. You need to have a POA, plan of action. For those of you who are, whether you're watching live or via the replay, do you have your POA ready? Or are you going to work on it today based on what we're talking about? So for me, every day in the calendar has a name. So for Sunday, it's all about Sunday sales prep. You identify your cash flow goals, what you're going to sell, how you're going to market. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I want you to think about that. That's Sunday. Let's dig into Monday. So that's tomorrow. Monday. So for me, Monday's all about that Monday money. How you going to make a sale today? How you going to bring in that Monday money? First thing, Monday morning message. It's so important for you to have a way for you to check in and communicate with your community, right? So one of the things that you can consider doing, whether it be early Monday morning or today at some point Sunday, is to create a message that you're going to send out to your community. Right? I'm a visual girl, so I have an example, right? So here's an example of a Monday morning message from me to my community, right? Or maybe a segmented list of people in my community. It says, and I give you, number one, I give you an example of a message. I give you space to write your own message and a few other things, okay? Good. Thank you so much for transcribing, Anissa. Yes, POA, what's your plan of action for the coming week? So it says, greetings, success seeker. Are you struggling with reaching your weekly cash flow goals? Monday is a great day to start fresh and hit the reset button on your dreams. Let me help you position yourself for profit and create a 7-day cash flow calendar inside my new audio series. Find out more at www.sistersense.com/CFG. Remember, do something today that your future self will thank you for. Let's make this Monday magical, LaShanda Henry. So this is an opportunity for me to check in with my audience and say, hey, look, if you're still struggling with your marketing, if you're still struggling with your cash flow goals and your sales, I would love to help you. Go over to sistersense.com/CFG to get the cash flow goals free guide or the full guide and the position to profit planner. Get what you need to succeed, right? Check in. Are you going to check in with your customers on Monday? And how are you going to check in, right? This can be sent out via an email. This can be done via a live stream. This could be done because you decided that you wanted to have some sort of a meetup. I have one of the awesome ladies in my circle, and she's doing a meetup today on Sunday, right? She's like, who in Greenville wants to talk about content and strategy and productivity and all that good stuff, which reminds me, I need to find out when that meetup is because I kind of want to go there today. Right? What kind of message are you going to send out to your audience on Monday to really kick off your Monday money goals? Good morning. Hi, Anissa. Well, not Anissa. Hey, well, yes. Well, I'm tongue-tied. Hi, Yandel. Welcome. Thanks for watching. So, y'all, there are a couple of things that I want you to think about for Sunday, right? Your Sunday sales prep, your Monday money. How are you going to identify what you're going to sell, what you're going to how you're going to market, and the message, the first message you're going to send out to your audience on Monday to start the ball rolling with that Monday money, right? What are you going to do to work on your sales prep for the week or even your Sunday sales, right? Do you have a particular offer that you can share with your audience today? Right? My girl Yandella's in the building, right? I remember, and I'm always shouting her out because a few weeks ago I did special days, having special days of the week. I talked about creating special days where you have special sales. And she was like, oh my gosh, LaShanda, I did it and I made 2 sales today. And I was like, yay, right? What are you going to do to strategically sell today and every day throughout the week, right? You got to make that happen. So first thing that I wanted to do when it comes to do the conversation around the action steps you're going to take this week was to take you inside of position to profit. And I gave you a few action steps for both Sunday and Monday. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, I'm going to walk you through a few more things that you can do as part of your revenue goals for the coming week. By the way, let me say this. Ready for revenue is a mindset for me. I have ready for revenue activities inside of the cash flow goals experience, the position to profit planner, and ready for revenue is actually the theme of this year's Back to Business virtual conference. Every October, I have the virtual conference Back to Business over at backtobusiness.me. It's the place to be to get all the smart start strategies that you need to succeed. Our conversation this year is making sure that you are ready for revenue. And so today I'm talking to you about a few things, but I would love for you to be able to listen to some of the amazing speakers, professional 6- and 7-figure entrepreneurs that want to teach you some things you need to do to be ready for revenue. So Back to Business registration is coming soon, but if you want to get early registration into Back to Business, make sure that you go over to sistersense.com/pick3. One of the pick 3s is to get 3 perks. The Back to Business 3 perks are the VIP day access, the live access day, and the replays. So there's a VIP day where I have some super fabulous mastermind sessions. Then there is the full day of speakers. You can get those 2 days live plus the replays so you can dig in and enjoy all the good of Back to Business. That 3 Back to Business perks set, one of the options that you have available inside of the pick 3 over at sistersense.com/pick 3, which goes away in a couple of hours, guys. So you can start pick 3. It starts at 3 for $30 and it goes up from there. Make sure that you grab those. Okay, grab yours before it goes away. Now, here's what I'm going to say for those of you who are watching live. This is for y'all. Okay. For those of you who know this, I'm going to do an extra special surprise fast action bonus. Get any level of pick 3 and I will gift you, in addition to you sending me your address, by the way, so I can gift you some of my good and send it to you in the mail. I'm sending out books and planners and all the t-shirts and things like that. In addition to that, if you get any level of the pick 3, I'm going to make sure that you've got a live virtual seat. So when we're doing the live sessions for the speaker day, you're going to get access to that absolutely free as a gift. So you can get the full Back to Business experience if you want to early register for the live and the replays, which is good because I tend to do anywhere between 10 to 12 hours, and you may not be able to watch all of it in full, right? So you can get everything, but for everybody who participates in the pick 3 experience, you can email me, let me know your address so I can send you some good in the mail, and let me know that you definitely want to take advantage of getting that gift of the Back to Business live early registration ticket for free as a gift. Okay, so let's dig into some other action items, some things that you can do, right? And this says, wow, yay! Make sure that you guys go over there because it's all about wow and win. I want to make sure that it's a win for you and it's a win for everybody who participates, because at the end of the day, I love when you guys are live and Back to Business and you're listening to the speakers and you get to talk to them and you get your question answered and folks are laughing and crying and breakthroughs are happening. I get the chills. I love. This is the 9th year that I'm doing my Back to Business virtual conference. It gets bigger and better every single year. So I do want you guys to participate live and get access to the replays too when you go over to SusanSense.com/pick3. Make sure that you pick your picks and you get them today, okay? Because pick 3 goes away in a few hours. So first action steps I wanted to share with you guys were from the Position to Profit Planner. The next action steps I want to share with you guys. Oh, let me get some water real quick. The next action steps I want to share with you guys are on funding, getting funds for your business. I always say, as long as I have my water, and my Wi-Fi, I'm good. Okay. So the next action steps, funds. Who needs more funding or more funds to invest in their business? Who needs more funds or funding to invest into their business? The incentives are great. Awesome. Thank you. Feel free to go over there. And of course, when you get over there, if you do have any questions about the pick 3, you can email me, susansense@gmail.com, or while you're there, you'll see there's a great tab on the right of the susansense.com website. Okay. And you can send me a voice message. So if you need some funds right now, one of the things that I've been talking about is your GROW goals. GROW, G-R-O, is a signature SusanSense acronym. For me, GROW stands for a couple of things. In order for you to GRO, get rich online, you have to GRO, generate revenue online. And in order for you to generate revenue online, you have to GRO, work on your goals, your routines, and your offers. So one way to work on your GROW goals with respect to funding is to find the funds to invest in your business. And here's one thing that you can do to find the funds. You can put aside some funds to invest in you. You can put aside some funds to invest in you. So I have the Find Your Funds Challenge. I'm wrapping up week number 3 for me, because everybody, you can start this challenge whenever you want. So if you're hearing this challenge for the first time, because I'm going to share it with you, you can start it today, right? It's a 5-week challenge. I am just wrapping up week 3 and going into week 4. Here's the thing. What you want to do is you want to identify something very specific that you want to get so you can invest into your business, and you want to figure out how to find the funds to get it. This is inspired by one of the ladies in my circle. She reached out to me because she said, look, I want to be a part of your program. It's a $100 program. But she said, real talk, I really don't have the money right now to invest $100, and I'm not trying to make an excuse for it, but if you could give me some ideas of things that I could do, that would be great. I love that. And so for her, I created this and I share it with you now as a challenge, okay? So my recommendation here is to be strategic. Sometimes we have the funds to instantly get what we want. Other times we don't. So in those instances, you have to prepare for what you want. So the 5-week challenge is as follows. First, identify specifically 1, 2, or 3 things that you want. 1 is a good place to start. 1 is a magical number. So what's one thing that you want and how much is it? Okay. So in her case of that client, her thing is she wanted to be a part of a mastermind program that I had at $100. That was the specific goal. Okay. You got to set your eyes on your goal, put them blinders on, and get laser focused. Once you identify the goal that and how much it is going to cost for you to invest into that goal, then you got to find the funds. One way that you can find the funds, and by the way, I did a whole web class on different ways to find the funds. So you can watch those replays, okay? That replay, I should say. I'm going to give you one way to find the fund. Invest in yourself. So in her case, I said it's $100. If you put aside $20 a week for 5 weeks, baby, you got your $100. And I know that for some people, it may be a struggle, and which is why I'm starting at a small point. If you can only put aside 5 or 10, that's something, but you've got to invest in you. That's one of the first things you got to do, right? Sometimes we can't instantly get what we want. We got to prepare for it. So if you put $20 aside for 5 weeks, that's $100. Now, if you go, oh, LaShanda, the thing that I want to get, it's about $450. How am I going to get it? Put aside $100 a week. $100 a week for 5 weeks, that's $500. $200 a week for 5 weeks, that's $1,000. So I've been putting aside $200 a week for the last few weeks. I'm going from week 3 to week 4. This is 4th week that I'm going into now. 5 weeks. If you do $200 a week for 5 weeks, that's $1,000. But see, the first part of this, you don't want to fail fast. Failing fast is you start week 1 or you start week 2 and you fall off. You want to have something to tether you to this goal. And the thing that is going to tether you is the specifics of what you want to see, what you want to accomplish. Because remember, I said to you, A&A for me, when it comes to your goals, your accomplishments, the things you want to achieve, and the actions that you're going to take to get there. So in the case of the Find Your Funds challenge, you want to accomplish putting aside a certain amount of money after 5 weeks. And the action step is every week you're going to put aside a certain amount of money. So $20 a week is $100 after the 5 weeks, right? $100 a week is $500 after the 5 weeks. $200 a week is $1,000. Who could use $1,000 to invest into their business? But it takes a little bit of sacrifice. It takes a little bit of grit. You saying, okay, I'm going to cut back on this, I'm going to cut back on that, I'm going to take money and I'm going to put it aside here. And maybe you can't do, because there was, I think it was the 2nd week, right? The 1st week, bam, immediate transfer of $200. The 2nd week, I said, okay, wait, hold up a second. One day, I put in 100, and then maybe I think it was 2 or 3 days later, I put in the other 100, right? Sometimes you got to break it up a little bit. Maybe you say my goal is $20 this week, but today I'm going to put aside $5. And then tomorrow, okay, here's another $5. Maybe you got to break the bigger goal up a little bit. But whatever your elephantastic goal is, in order for you to eat that elephant, what you got to do? One bite at a time. Break it up, be strategic, commit yourself to your goal, and you will get there. You'll get there. So when it comes to you being ready for revenue, there's some things you got to do to level up. There are things that you got to invest into. So I have a new thing for me that it's going to require an $1,000 investment, and that's going to help me level up. That's going to help me get the things that I need in my business. There are some things that you guys need right now in your business. And you don't always have to just kind of impulse buy or sacrifice in a sense of you taking it from one thing. There's a phrase called robbing Peter to pay Paul, right? You don't got to do that. Sometimes all you need to do is strategically sit down, create a plan, and fund you by putting this funds aside, okay? So that's the Fund You Grow Your Business challenge. Okay, that's number 2 on these list of action items. So for those of you who have been doing the fun Find Your Funds challenge, let me know what week you're on and how much money you've put aside so far. Yay, we want to get there. Okay, we want to get there to the end of your 5-week plan. If this is the first week you're going to do it and you're going to commit to it, check in with me and let me know what your goal is, how much you want to put aside, and that you're starting today. Okay. Yes, grow goals, grow that revenue while you're online. Okay. Yes, definitely. You got to break the bigger goal up into smaller pieces so it's practical. Some of you guys have amazing big goals and dreams, and I love that, but you're not getting where you want to be, right? You're not getting the things that you want out of life and in your business because you haven't figured out how to strategically break those big goals down into things that are practical for you. I'm going to be honest. I remember, it's funny because I heard a door slam, and I'm assuming it's my hubby. We are Brooklynites. We're New Yorkers. We live in North Carolina, right? And I remember when I met him, we're like 16 years together. And we were walking down the street and we were talking about like, what things need to happen, right? And I said to him, well, real talk, one of those things for me is, I need a baby. I want to have a baby. Okay. So let's be clear. So I'm not just in it for like 2 seconds. If we're in it and we're serious, eventually we gonna have a baby. Okay. So we need to be on, do you want kids? We need to be on the same page, right? I knew I wanted to have a perfect person. And I went through some good relationships. I went through some bad relationships. I went through a period where I was in no relationships. And, my mother always would say to me, don't worry, your someone soon come, I have Caribbean parents. My mom and my dad are from Jamaica. And she said, your someone soon come. And my perfect person is here, right? I knew what I wanted, and I was very clear about that. I didn't take the people who, there are people who come in your life and you say, I'm going to just be with that person so I could just be with anybody. I said, bump that. I'm going to be with me. For about 2-3 years, I was just with me, and I was okay with that, right? I knew I wanted my baby. I knew I wanted my perfect person. I knew I wanted a life for myself that allowed me, when I was pregnant with my son, well, we got pregnant, right? Which was unexpected, but it was a beautiful gift. I was totally over the moon when I realized that I was pregnant. I knew that I wanted to work at home for myself. I quit my job when I was pregnant. I knew that I wanted to be in a space where I could realistically work from home. We left from New York. We moved to North Carolina because the cost of living was significantly different. But as New Yorkers, we didn't have a car. When my son was about 6 months old, that's when we moved from New York to North Carolina. When we moved here, I knew that I wanted to be a full-time mommy working at home. So I started to do even more stuff working at home after I quit my job, building websites for people, selling products and services. I knew what I wanted and I worked towards it, right? We didn't have a car, but we were there, maybe 1 or 2 years. And it was okay in the beginning when my little toddler was in a stroller, but I knew I didn't want him to be one of those kids with his feet dragging in the stroller because he was way too old to be in a stroller. I knew I needed a car. So I put aside money. I put aside close to $3,000 to get my car. And then we were going through some things and we needed to take care of some stuff. We had some stuff that my hubby and, had to pay we needed to get some things done. So anyway, tears in my eyes. I had to literally put my $3,000 that I was saving for my car into that, but I didn't give up. I went and I started saving another $3,000. I got my car. Guess what? My car is paid off. I'm no longer in an apartment. I'm living in my home. I am living my dream. And this is not about being cocky. It's about being confident. It's about encouraging you to understand that you can get to where you want to be. You can get to your level of success. When I say GRO, grow, get rich online, that's not a sales pitch. I'm not trying to sell you on, let me teach you how to get 6 and 7 figures. I'm not trying to sell you on that. When I say get rich online, I mean live a rich lifestyle. Live on your own terms. Have what you want. Accomplish the goals that you set for yourself. That's what I mean when I say be rich, live rich, get rich online. But you have to understand that you've got to set very clear goals for yourself. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you, my dear, for listening. I appreciate you for that. More important than the story is somebody here to hear it. You here to hear it, so I appreciate you for that. You've got to set clear goals for yourself. You got to break down those big elephantastic goals into small ones. You got to work through it. And you have to understand, one of the things I like to say is you got to power through to your best you, because every day is not going to be a good day. Trust and believe. I've been curled up in corners with the lights off like, Jesus, I can't take it. Woo, you about to break it. I need to make it. I cannot take it, Lord. I've been through them days. But in order to get to where you want to be, you have to be strategic and intentional. You got to be strategic and intentional. So I said to you, number one, I shared some things for you, the action steps from the planner. I shared some of the find your funds strategies. Next thing that I want to share with you is I've got 2 marketing trainings that I've done. You can search for them. There is the 13 marketing strategies that successful, highly driven women do. That was one of them, right? Which is also a book. I have something called my Girl Boss Book Club over at sistersense.com/GBBC, which stands for Girl Boss Book Club. And one of the books in that is the 13 marketing secrets. Okay. One of them is called I&I. You know, I talked about today A&A, which is accomplishments and action steps. Another one is I&I. Intros and invitations. One of the things that you need to do if you want to work on your revenue goals and your rock the web goals and your growth goals is you've got to proactively introduce yourself to people, number one, and invite them to work with you. That's something that I do on a regular basis. I reach out and touch someone. What was that? The old AT&T or Sprint? You got to reach out and touch what I can't remember, it was Con Edison. I don't know. It used to be a slogan for one of those big phone or telecommunication companies. Reach out and touch someone, right? I&I. Make a list. So I'm giving you action steps, right? The first set of action steps I said to you guys, I want you to think about your sales prep for Sunday and the money you want to make on Monday. That Monday morning message that you're going to send out to your community. That was number one. Number two, I said, I want you to think about your funds. Putting aside strategically putting aside funds, and hold on, let me get my charger real quick. Strategically putting aside funds so that you can save and invest into your business anywhere between $100 to $1,000. I gave you a challenge and a process of doing that. Now I'm talking about I&I intros and invitations. Give me a moment. I need to charge my phone here. Share this out. Number one, tap on the hearts. Number two, let me know what you're going to do based on what I've shared with you thus far. And then I'll come back here in a second once I've plugged in my phone. Welcome, welcome. Anissa says, I cannot wait until we relocate back to the South. Come on, girl. The cost of living, for real, for real. And you know what's interesting? I was featured actually in Ebony magazine. There was an article on the reverse migration process. And you know, history talks about how at some point, a lot of Blacks migrated from the South to the North, right? There was an article in Ebony magazine about Blacks reverse migrating from the North going to the South. And there's a big picture of me and my hubby and my son. We were featured. Ebony had photographers come out. And I talked about my transition from going from New York, going to North Carolina. So I tell you, it's a beautiful experience. I've been featured in Ebony magazine, Essence magazine. I've worked with Black Enterprise. They've sent me out to several of their events a few years back. It's just an interesting experience going from wanting to have your own business to being featured in magazines, working with celebrities, and having a great time. The last Black Enterprise event I went to a few years back, I had the pleasure of meeting Carol Lisa Price, the creator of Carol's Daughter. I missed her at one event and I said, I'm gonna catch her. Let me see if I can find that picture. Hold on, because it's over here somewhere. Can I find that picture? No, it's over here somewhere. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Give me 1 second, y'all. Oh man, I really want to show it to you guys. Okay. If I find it on my next live, it's always when you want something that it's not in front of you. For real. No. Doggone it. And it should be right here. It's all right. I'll try to make a mental note to find it for my next live. But I have a picture of me and Lisa Price at a Black Enterprise event. I have a picture of me and Issa Rae. I got a picture of me and Angela Simmons. All of these amazing, amazing tons of pictures of me and my girl Kim Coles, because we don't work together all the time. Being in a space where I can work with some amazing celebrities and well-known folks and having people say, well, you well-known, that's crazy. That's crazy. Oh my God. Hey, Mazzy, my business partner and I are going to do 20 days a week each for 5 weeks to invest in equipment. Yes. I love that. Can I just screenshot that real quick? I love that. Let me see if I can screenshot it. It won't let me do it. Okay, maybe I just need to take the phone out so I can do it easier. There we go. Yes. So trust and believe. Yes. I cannot wait to hear the goals that you two accomplish. So each of you do 20 a week. That's $200, right? That's strategy. That's intention. I love that. And like I said, you know, us coming back to this way, right? Leaving the North and going to the South, being featured in Ebony and working with all of these other platforms, truly, truly, truly a blessing. Words just can't describe it. So I do have the book and the audio on the book and the video on 13 marketing secrets. One of them is I, intros and invitations. So let's talk about that. I want you to think about, as I'm telling you, right? I had a list of people I wanted to work with, not just work with. I had a list of people who I wanted to meet and talk to. So Issa Rae was on that list. Lisa Price was on that list. Of course, Oprah is on everybody's list, right? But I knew Issa Rae was going to be at an event, so I went to the event. It just so blessed God happened that there were several Black Enterprise events that were happening that they literally invited me to. A few they flew me out to, and they were having one in Charlotte, so that I got all my business bestie girlfriends together, and we drove like every couple of hours. Somebody else took the wheel. It was like the best road trip ever. And then when we got there, they were like, how did you meet her? I said, girl, every time she moved, I was looking. God works in mysterious ways, but you got to be strategic and you got to be intentional. One of my favorite quotes, speak what you seek until you see what you said. There's some amazing ladies who I said, look, I need you to speak at my Back to Business virtual conference. And guess what? Some of them said no. Some of them said, well, you got to pay me $2,000 and $3,000. And I said, well, boop, thank you. Some of them said no, but guess what? You got to go through the no's to get your yeses. And I have quite a few amazing ladies like April Beverly. She is the word slinger. She came on and she talked about copywriting. Woo! She didn't know me from a can of beans. But I introduced myself to her, invited her to be one of my speakers. And I always pay my speakers in one way, shape, or form. There's some speakers that when the funds are available, I will, you know, depending upon how much I really want to get that speaker, There is a certain speaker fee, but for the most part, I pay my speakers through my affiliate program. So they share the event, and as people register, they get a percentage of the commission. So quite a few of my speakers are able to make several $100s from that, plus being in a space where when people learn about them for the first time and they find out they have books or programs or events and they go and get those things, it's an opportunity for exposure and for affiliate commissions. Now, I say that to say this: I&I is an activity that I do to strategically market all the time, introducing myself to people and inviting them to work with me on some level. Make an I&I list for this coming week. You want to work on your Rock the Web goals and you want to work on your revenue goals, make a list of people you want to introduce yourself to, that you want to invite to work with on some level, and that's how you're going to make things happen. You can introduce yourself to people who already know you, but just in a different way. Okay, let me explain that. There are people who know me. They know that I teach. They know that I build websites. Building websites is the core that I do. But they don't know that every now and again I speak. Because most of the times when I go out to speaking engagements, people are saying, LaShanda, I need you to come out to my event, right? One of my business besties is doing one very soon in Vegas. And she's like, LaShanda, I need you to be in Vegas so that you can speak at this event, okay? Let's make this happen. So for the most part, because I'm not a full-time speaker, I just go when people ask me to go. But there was one particular event of one of the ladies in my circle, and I wanted to be there. So I said, hey, I've got this great topic that I would love to share. Do you have room in your speaker lineup for me? And she was like, actually, I do. I've got one more spot to fill. Do you want it? And I was like, yeah. Sometimes people don't know or think of you in that way. So you're looking for opportunities, or rather you're sitting there waiting for opportunities, and they ain't checking you, boo, because they don't know that's something that you do. So you got to introduce yourself and invite them to work with you. Okay, so I&I, that's another strategy on this list. Now, there is 13 marketing strategies on that list, 13 marketing strategies for success-driven women entrepreneurs. If you want to get the book, it's an ebook. The print book is coming soon, but the ebook is one of the books you get inside of my inside of my Girl Boss Book Club. Who's in the Girl Boss Book Club? Are you in the Girl Boss Book Club? There are 20 digital downloads in there. It's 20 for 20. So you're going to get 10 ebooks, and then you're going to get 10 bonus Girl Boss guides. They're totally awesome. So you get a total of 20 for literally $20. And it's at sistasense.com/GBBC, which stands for Girl Boss Book Club. One of the things in there is the 13 marketing strategies. Okay. One of those strategies is I&I. Okay. So that's another thing that I wanted to share with you on this list today. And I've got one more that I absolutely love. Yesterday, I jumped on and I did a live on 23 marketing strategies. It was a quiz and a challenge. So who's up for a quiz and a challenge? Because I'm going to recap that real quick so I can challenge you to really work on some marketing strategies this coming week. Okay? Now, first, let me say this. If you're interested in the Girl Boss Book Club and you haven't already grabbed access, you can go over to sistasense.com/GBBC, which stands for Girl Boss Book Club. You can get it for half off at 20 for 20 now. I can't say that it's going to be 20 for 20 forever, but it is 20 for 20 now over at sistasense.com/GBBC. That's number one. Number two, what I want to be able to do is to walk you through some marketing strategies that you can try this coming week. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through 23 marketing strategies. I did the full web class yesterday, so watch that replay. I'm going to do a recap rundown today. Okay, now here's the deal. I'm going to give you 23, which means number one, you can transcribe, you can take notes, but number two, this is a quiz. The quiz here is as follows. I want you to identify, of each 23 options I'm giving you, which ones you've done in the last 7 days, because this is going to check you to see how many marketing strategies you are proactively doing on a weekly basis. So you don't give yourself a point if you've done these things. You give yourself a point if you've done it in the last 7 days. Okay, so we're going to get 23 ideas, and for each of the 23, if you did it in the last week, you give yourself a point. That's the quiz. Here is the challenge. The challenge is to find 3 of the marketing strategies that I'm giving you and to identify those things as 3 things you're going to do next week, or rather this week, right? This coming week, 3 marketing strategies you're going to do to move forward. Because again, if you want to work on your Rock the Web, ready for revenue goals, you need to have the accomplishments, A number 1, and the actions, A number 2. So let's dig into this list so that you can find some actions that you can do. So, alrighty, my dears. You ready? Let's dig in. So 23 marketing strategies. Number 1, email marketing, whether it be you emailing individuals or emailing a segmented list. Number 1, email marketing. Number 2, Facebook or Instagram messenger marketing, whether you're Facebook messaging and you're sending out messengers to groups on Facebook as an alternative to email marketing, or you're doing DMs and you're direct messaging people and communicating with people on Facebook or Instagram. That's number 2. Have you done any of those last week? If you did, give yourself a point. If you think about these things and you go, that's something that I might want to do next week, give yourself a note to self. This might be a part of my marketing challenge for the coming week. Okay, so number 1, email marketing. Number 2, Facebook and or Instagram marketing. Number 3, text message marketing. Are you sending out text messages to let people know what's going on, what you're selling, what they can grab? Number 4, what am I doing right now? Live stream. What? Did you do some live stream last week? If you did, give yourself a point. Okay, now number 5, free calls. Are you doing consultations, discovery sessions for my fellow coaches and consultants out there? Did you do any consultations last week? If you did, give yourself a point, right? After a live stream I did on Friday, there was a young lady who was on my live, and she was like, LaShanda, I purchased something and I didn't receive it. And I was like, okay, I know technology can get crazy sometime, but here's what we're going to do. You're going to get on a call with me. I'm going to talk to you. So we did a 30-minute consultation after my live stream. Have you done any consultations with folks? Or did you do any free calls? So I have a monthly live accountability call, and I invited some people to join and listen in absolutely free. So did you do any free group calls, or did you do any individual consultation calls? So I gave you 5 so far, right? How many points do you have so far? Only give yourself a point if you've done any of these things within the last 7 days. Email marketing, number 1, Facebook or Instagram marketing, text message marketing, live streams, or free calls. That's the first 5. How many points do you have right now? Okay. Now, number 6, webinars. Have you done any webinars? Whether you, number 1, either did a live webinar last week, or number 2, you talked about a previous webinar that you did and you shared it, because there's something you got to do more of, and it's called promote your promotions. Promote the things that you're using to promote your stuff. And I know that sounds crazy, but it is what you have to do. Think about it. Some of you have lead magnets, freebies, webinars, and they're just sitting there. Nobody sees them because you're not promoting them. You're not talking about them. So one of the things I consistently talk about is one of my favorite webinars that I did. It's called Online Marketing Made Easy over at success.com/OMME. Online Marketing Made Easy. You can get instant access to watch the webinar. And let's see if I have the book here. This is the book, Online Marketing Made Easy. You can get a free chapter in the book as well over at success.com/OMME. So even when I'm not doing a live webinar, I'm always talking about webinars that I have pre-recorded sessions to that people can go and watch the replays for, right? If you did any of that this week, give yourself a point. If not, let's keep it moving. Next is number 7, challenges. Right? This is a challenge. I'm challenging you to identify 3 things on this list that you're going to do next week. This is a challenge. Have you given your people a challenge in the last 7 days, or talked about a previous challenge that you created? That's number 7. Number 8, giveaways. Have you given anything away in the last 7 days? If you did, yay, right? Give yourself a point. So I mentioned to you that right now I'm doing the pick 3. You go over to success.com/pick 3. Pick 3 starts at $30. You can get 3 for $30. Some of my trainings, my resources, access to my mastermind, time to talk with me, VIP days, the Back to Business virtual conference. There are a ton of different goods that you can grab inside of Pick 3, which goes away in a couple of hours. At this point, I think probably 12 hours or so. Pick 3 is going to be done. SizzleSense.com/Pick 3, right? I'm also giving stuff away. I said, number one, there are bonuses on the page, but number two, if you get your Pick 3, make sure that you email sizzlesense@gmail.com so I can give you some stuff. I'm giving away some of my books like Online Marketing Made Easy. I'm giving away some of my planners and workbooks like Position to Profit, t-shirts, you name it, I'm giving it away. Surprise goods. So when you give me your address, I'm going to send you out your good surprises and you'll get them in the mail. Have you done a giveaway in the last 7 days? If you did, awesome, give yourself a point. If you haven't done a giveaway, but you go, ooh, I'm going to give something away this week, right? That's something that you can do. This is a quiz, but it's also a challenge too. That was number 8, okay? Number 9, free. So there are a couple of things that you can consider doing free, right? Number one, you can do a free with purchase. So they get something and then they get something free with purchase, right? So you purchase, you invest into Pick 3, and there's some awesome things that you get for free with your purchase. Or free shipping. Can you give people free shipping this week? Or can you say, hey, look, I'm going to ship you out my latest book. All you got to do is pay for shipping. So the book is free. You just pay for the shipping, right? Can you do some sort of free with purchase or free shipping? That was number 9. Number 10 is BOGOs. Buy one, get one free. So you go, okay, here's the deal. Let me go down here. I've got a lot of workbooks, by the way. So let's say you say, I've got Position to Planner. I'm sorry, I've got the Position to Profit Planner, but also have my New Normal workbook, right? 2 different programs, but similar in that they got workbooks and audios that go with them. So get the New Normal, and then I'll give you the Position to Profit for free, right? Maybe you've got 2 books. So they buy one book, they get one book for free. Maybe you've got a beauty line, right? They buy one fragrance, they get the other one for free. Can you do a BOGO promotion this week? That's number 10. If you've done a BOGO this past week, give yourself a point. If you want to do this marketing challenge and pick 3 things that you may identify as things that you're going to do in the next coming week, BOGO might be one of them. And this says, yesterday was my birthday and I am giving away a service or a product. Awesome. So you've got a reason to do the giveaway. It was your birthday. Happy belated birthday to you, my dear. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's something that you can do. Okay, so here's I think it was maybe 2 days ago, one of the ladies in the circle, Hope, it was her birthday, and so I gifted her a 30-minute clarity call. And I think that it's only fair because you're here, you're proactive, you're engaging, and you're also transcribing. I so appreciate you for dropping those transcriptions into there. Anissa, I am going to gift you a 30-minute clarity call with me too. Feel free to go over to sizzlesense@gmail.com, email me, remind me that you were on and it's your birthday, and you can get a 30-minute clarity call with me. You're welcome, my dear. You're welcome. You're welcome. So for those of you who do also want clarity calls with me, just a side note, I have a 10 clarity call bundle right now. Literally, I'm doing 30-minute, $30 clarity calls. You can get a bundle of all 10 of those inside of my SizzleSense Success Guide. It's a PDF you can download over at sizzlesense.com/SSG. SSG stands for SizzleSense Success Guide. So normally my clarity calls range from $50 to $200, and you can get 30-minute clarity calls with me at $30. That 10-session block, that bundle of 10 clarity calls is inside the SizzleSense Success Guide, and that is just a limited time opportunity. It will go away soon, okay? Because like I said, opportunities expire. So if you also want to get a few clarity calls with me, that might be something that you take a look at, okay? So y'all make sure you say happy birthday, happy belated birthday to Anissa. And remember to email me, okay? Awesome. So we talked about number 9, which was getting paid with free. Number 10 is BOGO, buy one, get one free. 11 is free cash. When was the last time you gave people some sort of credit or some cash that they could use to get some of your good? So I mentioned yesterday, and I'll mention it here, that a big part of this challenge is I challenge you to identify 3 things on this list that you say that you're going to do. Okay. But here's another thing, because I want to make sure that I can give you some good too. I challenge you to do the following. Pick 3 things from this list of 23 marketing strategies that you say you're going to do. List those 3 things here in the comment box. Number 1. Number 2, send that list to me. So email sistasense@gmail.com. Tell me the 3 things you're going to do. Then tell me one thing that you've learned, whether it be something you've learned from this live today or something you've learned from something that I've said in the past. Tell me those things, and I'm going to gift you a surprise gift, but I'm also going to give you some free cash credit that you can use in my Sister Sense store. Now, a little bit more. If you have a product from me that you purchased already, could be a physical product or a digital product, take a picture with yourself in the product. Maybe you take a screenshot of the picture, or you pull the product on your monitor and then you take a picture by the monitor, or maybe you got a book or one of my planners and you take a picture with that. You do that extra bonus step and I'll send you an extra bonus gift. So the 3 gifts you get for participating in the challenge: number 1, you're going to get some free cash that you can use in my store. Number 2, you're going to get a surprise gift from me. And number 3, if you send me a picture of you or something you've purchased and or a combination of the 2, send that to me. You'll get an extra bonus too. Okay. And what you got to do with the challenge is simply, all you have to do is pick 3 things, commit to doing them, email me your 3 things, let me know one thing you've learned from me, and that's basically the challenge. It can't get no easier than that. Challenge ends the 19th, which is tomorrow. It ends Monday, the 19th, August 19th at 11:59 EST. So you got to message me between now and then. Okay. So number 11 on this gift. Hearts, loving the hearts and the love. Thank you. Thank you. I need to do a live. I've been too shy. Well, I can help you with that because I am a social introvert. You see me on here, but let's be clear. I like to be in the corner by myself. I'm honestly not really a big kind of a person. So I have to work through those feelings of shyness to it. But you can do it. You can definitely do it. Look, guys, let me know where you are. How many of these have you gotten so far? Free cash, giving people credit, or having some sort of reward or royalty program. If you've done that, give yourself a point. If not, maybe it's something that you want to do moving into the next week. 12, free commission. So having some sort of affiliate program where people, or royalty program where people can make money by promoting your stuff. Have you given away some free commissions in the last week? Yay or nay? Number 13 is X for X, giving people X amount of stuff for X amount of dollars. So 3 for $30. That's one of the bundles that I have, 3 for 30 over at sistasense.com/pick3 for the pick 3 that I'm doing right now. 3 for 30, 5 for 500, right? I've got a deal for the summer. I can customize 5 WordPress website pages for you for $500, right? Got one more of those left. And then once it's gone, the summer's done, it's done, right? 5 for 500, 5 for 20, 5 for 30, right? What kind of X for X promotion can you do? If you've done one of those in the past week, give yourself a point. Next one is a fast action bonus or a fire sale. That's 14. You want people to act fast. You don't want them to sit there and over deliberate about getting your stuff. You want to create compelling offers with great incentives. If you gave people a fire sale, flash sale, or fast action bonus last week, give yourself a point. Whoop, whoop. If you want to do that next week, think about it, right? So I said to you guys, for those of you who fast action, make sure that you get your pick 3. You're going to get some good goods from me, right? The opportunity to get the Position to Profit Planner for free. So make sure those of you who got your pick 3, if you don't have my printable Position to Profit Planner, let me know and I'm going to gift it to you. If you want to be a part of Back to Business this year, let me know and I will gift you the live pass. But you're going to get these things as a pick 3 participant, right? So you invest in pick 3 on any level, $30 or up, and you'll get a few good goods from me. I'm going to mail you out some good. You'll get a virtual pass to Back to Business, the live that's coming up in October. And also you're going to get, if you don't already have it, the Printable Position to Profit Planner, right? When was the last time you gave folks some awesome fast action bonuses? When was the last time you did a flash sale or fire sale? You do that, you're going to see that there are these action steps that can work for you if you work them into your business, if you work them into your marketing. This is what it is all about when it comes to being ready for revenue, okay? So make sure that you guys take advantage of Pick 3 over at SusanSense.com/PICK, the number 3, not the word, the number 3. And feel free to drop that link into the comment box for me, okay? SusanSense.com/Pick 3. But also, if you've done either a fast action or a fire sale last week in the last 7 days, give yourself a point. Now we're on 15. So we've already done 1 through 14. Okay. If you've done any of these things, give yourself points. Make sure it's only if you've done them in the last seven days. So we've done 14 so far. How many points do you guys have so far? How many points do you guys have so far? The ones of you who are participating. Now, if you're doing this quiz/challenge and you're watching the replay, you can still respond because there's a comment box, right? So far, LaShanda, I have X points, all right? Let me know how many you have so far. A new week is here. You can do it. Yay. I need the physical book of the Position to Profit Planner. All right. So I am giving away physical copies of these things, okay? So all you have to do is when you do your Pick 3, because you got to grab Pick 3 before it goes away, make sure that you email me if you've got certain requests. Now, I can't guarantee it, but I will do my best because I only have a certain amount of inventory. So I have to go through everybody who signed up for Pick 3. And then I also have to see how many I have of everything. So I've got t-shirts. I've got this is the Fire Start Your Year Planner. Do you guys have this? This is my Fire Start Your Year 132-day planner. Well, 132-page planner. I will aim to give out some of these as well. And you guys can let me know what you want. I have the Online Marketing Made Easy book. I'm going to be giving out a few of these as well. If you have requests, you can email that to me when you email me your address. Again, can't guarantee that you'll get it, but I'll do my best depending upon, it'll be a first come, first serve kind of a situation, okay? Because I have to, I'll be taking a good portion of tomorrow, Monday, to go through the list of Pick 3 participants and start packing stuff out so I can ship them out by the end of the week, okay? So 13 was X for X, 14 was fast action, okay? I'm going to do my Pick 3 once this live is over. Okay, awesome. You got a couple of hours, so you're good. And of course, if you have any questions about it, or if you need me, email me or send me a voice message, okay? So let's see. 15 is comeback coupons. So think about people who previously bought from you. You want to make some new money, honey? Repeat business. The easiest person to sell to is somebody who's previously bought something from you. So if you sent your folks a coupon last week, give yourself a point, okay? If you want to do a comeback coupon, as I like to call it this week, that's one strategy for you to consider, okay? So give me a second here, because I actually forgot to, I don't know how I forgot to do this before. But let me share this live out to a few of my groups just to let folks know what we're doing right now. And you can take a minute to share this out or tag somebody who needs to be here as well, whether you're watching live or via the replays, okay? And I don't know when I do these. I just kind of jump on here and do them. So just a side note, turn on alerts and notifications. So if you want to make sure that when I jump on live, you don't miss them, okay? Good. You love the comeback coupon. Yes, girl. You got to love them comeback coupons, right? Think about your favorite stores. Half the time we go back because they send us a comeback coupon. They give us a reason to come back and buy more, okay? So that is something to think about. I'm like a stickler. This is my set, right? And I'm always like, I need things to be positioned the right way. Okay. So 15 comeback coupons, 16 a miss you message. When was the last time you sent a message to either individual previous customers or to a segmented list of your customers and you said, I miss you, come back, I want you to see these things? I feel like based on where we left off, this would be a good fit for you. I know it's been a long, or an I'm sorry message. I'm so sorry. Who of you haven't emailed your list in like well over a month? When was the last time you said, I'm so sorry, it's been a while, but I'm back and I'm ready to go back into and communicating with you and sharing value with you? When was the last time you sent out a miss you or an I'm sorry message? That is number 16. If you did that in the last week, give yourself a point, okay? This live is everything. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad that you're enjoying it. Mwah. Okay, so 16 is miss you messages. 17 is tours. If you did some sort of a tour, right? A virtual tour. A lot of times people do book tours, or you're doing a state by state. You're going to different states or different cities, different locations so that you can meet people and promote what you're doing. If you did some sort of a live or virtual tour this week, give yourself a point. Speaking engagements. You want more people to see you, you got to get in front of more people, right? Did you do any type of virtual events or live events? Have you done any type of interviews? Speaking engagements. That's 18. 19, videos, pre-recorded videos, live videos, sales videos, right? Have you done any videos in the last week? If you have, give yourself a point, okay? 20, audio. I sent 2 audio messages to individual clients this past week, and then I had 3 calls this last week. Have you done any sort of live or pre-recorded audios? That's 20, okay? 21, have you created or talked about a freebie or a funnel that you have? Either you created one or you talked about one that you have. A freebie or a funnel experience, that's 21. In the last 7 days, have you done that? 22, have you shared a new? Oh, okay. So 22 is, have you shared something new that you're working on with an old customer or several old customers? So I mentioned to you that my Print Your Profits weekend workshop happening here in North Carolina is in October. I've got Fire Start Your Year, the workshop, in January. And the first people who I told about the workshop and said, hey, you want to go there to early register, were people who came out to my workshops previously, right? So by the way, Print Your Profits, you can learn more about over at success.com/PYP, which stands for Print Your Profits. But if you reached out to some of your old customers to tell them about new things that you're working on, give yourself a point. Maybe that's something you want to have as part of your plan for marketing next week. Last but not least, number 23, when was the last time you paid for advertising, right? Advertising, or you invested into some sort of sponsorship opportunity. Sometimes you got to do that. You got to spend a little money if you want to have that extra form of visibility. When was the last time you paid for advertising? If you did that last week, give yourself a point. Maybe that's something that you want to do moving into the next week. Okay. So how many points? How many points do you have right here? 23 action steps. Email marketing, right? 1, email marketing. 2, Facebook, Instagram marketing. 3, text messenger marketing. 4, live stream marketing. 5, free calls. 6, webinars. 7, challenges. 8, giveaways. 9, free with purchase or free shipping. 10, buy one, get one. 11, free cash credit. 12, free commission affiliate programs, royalty programs. 13, X for X, X items for X dollars. 14, fast action bonuses or fire sales, flash sales. 15, comeback coupons. 16, miss you messages or I'm sorry messages. 17, tours, live or virtual. 18, speaking engagements. 19, video marketing. 20, audio marketing. 21, creating and talking about freebie, lead magnets, funnels. 22, sharing something new with some of your old customers. 23, paying for advertising. 23. How many of those do you got? 18, 13, 9. Oh my God. Yay. Good, good, good. I'm so glad that you guys are seeing that you got some points here because, one, I want you to be clear about where you are. One of my favorite acronyms is WWW, work, what works, right? So pat yourself on the back for what you are doing that works for you. And I'm going to be honest with you, even if you found that you did one thing, if that one thing is working for you, if that one thing is allowing you to accomplish your goals and to bring in some money, honey, then you work it. WWW, you got to work what works for you. But other than that, my goal was also for you to identify what one of my favorite acronyms, AIMS. Am I missing something? So these are not all of the marketing strategies that are available to you, but these are some things that I do for me. And these are some things that 6 and 7 figure and multi-billion-dollar businesses do. So I wanted to document them and share them with you so you can identify some things that you're missing. And number 3, what I wanted to do was to challenge you to take action, right? Create some action steps. So hopefully you guys are excited about the challenge. Let me know which of any of these that you say, maybe I didn't do them last week, but whoo, girl, I'm going to do them this week. So here's your challenge. I challenge you to make a list of 3 things from this list of 23 that you say you're going to do. Make note of it for yourself. Make note of it for you. Also share it with me. Share it in the comment box, right? So take this opportunity to share 3 things that you say I'm going to do in the next 7 days. Email your list to me, sistersense@gmail.com. Let me know the 3 things that you're going to do. Let me know one thing that you've learned from me, whether it be today or in another session that I've done. And hun, what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to gift you some free credit that you can use in the Sister Sense store to get some of my good. And then number 2, I got a surprise gift for you because your girl loves surprises. Number 3, if you've purchased something from me before, whether it be a physical or virtual product, take a picture, send that to me, and I will give you a bonus surprise gift too. So you have the opportunity to get anywhere between 2 to 3 bonus good goods from me as part of this challenge. My challenge is for you to take time to get specific about the action steps you're going to take to move forward in your business and actually do them. Everything is achievable. And as my girl Marie Forleo said, because she's got her new book, everything is figure-outable, right? So long as we break down our elephantastic tasks and we do the action steps that are going to allow us to get to the accomplishments, okay? How many of the marketing strategies should we be executing each week? There's no limit. If you can do it, do it. If you got a team to help you through it, do it. There's really no limit to this. It's about how much you do. It's about you doing as much as you can. Now, really for me, you don't overwhelm yourself. I'm not here to tell you to sit here and try to do all 23 of these. That would be crazy. What you got to do is you got to do the combination that works for you. You got to be on your grind, hustle and grind, do as much as you can do to work towards your goals. I don't know how many of these things I've done this week, but I've done a lot of them. And I said to you, I had some 4-figure goals this past week. And I had a base goal and I had a reach goal. And I found myself at this point looking at how much money I made this past week, somewhere between my base and my middle, because I do as much as I can. That's it. You can't kill yourself. You can't overextend yourself. All you can do is as much as you can. Work with what you got. Start where you are. Do what you can. Okay? Great question, but certainly for me, the key is not to overwhelm. But if you can find at least 3 of these strategies that you can say, I'm going to commit to trying these things, that's a good start, right? Something is better than nothing, right? So those are some things that I wanted to share with you. So let's recap, because that was just honestly a part of the conversation for today. Today is about being ready for revenue. I always like to create these ready for revenue conversations with you. And by the way, like I mentioned before, ready for revenue is the theme of this year's Back to Business virtual conference. So make sure that you get your live pass for free when you get your pick 3 over at sistersense.com/pick 3, right? So today I said, if you want to rock the web, and if you want to work on being ready for revenue, there are a few things that you need to do. Mazi says, emailing my list, offer free shipping, and a challenge. 3 things I'm going to do this week. Yes. I love it. Okay. So I got to screenshot that, right? Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay. Keep sharing those action steps with me. And again, remember, do the challenge. Email me your list. Email me one thing that you've learned. And I'm going to reward you guys. You're going to get your free credit. You're going to get your surprise gifts, all that good. Okay, so let's recap the conversation for today. First thing that I want to say is I want to share a powerful message that I received. And when I receive these messages, it's in my heart to share them with you. So the message is as follows. Choose your thoughts very carefully. Walking by faith is closely related to how you think. If you think it's possible, then it's possible. I'm not lying here when I tell you that there is power in your thoughts and there is power in your words. You got to choose to be positive even when negative things are hitting you. There was a day this week that I woke up and I was seriously anxious about some things that needed to happen. And in that space of anxiety, I had to like 1, 2, 3 my way off the ledge. Like, it's okay. It's okay. We ain't going to focus on the negative. We're going to focus on the positive. You cannot control the things that you cannot control, but what you can do is you can control how you respond to these things. You can control how you react to these things. So I need you to be in a, because this is me, right? My eyes is closed. You know, sometimes you wake up in the morning and you've got more. Anybody ever have morning anxiety? You wake up and you're supposed to feel fresh and ready to take on the day. But immediately you wake up and you're reminded of all the worries from yesterday, right? If you've ever suffered from morning anxiety, you got to find yourself in a space where you try to kind of reshift and get your mind right in a place of positivity. And for me, it's to remember to remind myself, I can't control what I can't control, but I can control how I react. And what I choose to do is I choose to take that negative energy and to infuse myself with positive action steps. So I had very clear goals for myself, things that I wanted to complete, things that I wanted to finish, amount of money that I wanted to make. The accomplishments, that's the first part of the ANA. You got to set clear accomplishments and clear action steps. I knew how much I wanted to make, what I wanted to accomplish. Bless me. That was the first thing I said to you. ANA was number 1. Number 2, you have to work on being very specific. God helps those who help themselves, and you got to be clear about where you need the most help, right? So you have to talk to yourself. Number 1, talk to your past, present, and future self. Number 2, you have to set your revenue goals, right? What revenue goals you want. Those were the accomplishments. That was the conversation around that. Then I talked about action steps. What are the actions you're going to take to get to where you want to be? I shared with you some strategies from the Position to Profit Planner, your Sunday sales goals, and your Monday morning money. I talked about finding your funds. That gave you that challenge. I talked about I&I, intros and invitations, introducing yourself to people, inviting them to work with you. I also talked about the 23 clever marketing strategies, right? I gave you that quiz. I gave you that challenge. So I gave you quite a few action steps that you guys can integrate into your routines this week that are going to help you work on your accomplishments. Now, first and foremost, if you feel like this is something that you've enjoyed today, can you tap on the hearts and the thumbs up and the loves? I would appreciate that. Thank you so much. Number 2, if you haven't already done so, feel free to share this out because, of course, sharing is what it's all about. Sharing is caring. Number 3, I don't know if you know this, but over on the Facebook page here, facebook.com/SistaSense, on my Facebook fan page, there is a section for reviews. If you ever watch my lives or worked with me at all, if you've enjoyed anything that I've done, there is a review section. So if you could take a minute to kind of pay me back for the time that I put in to do these web classes with you, if you could pay me back in love, hearts, and thumbs up, shares, and reviews, mwah, I appreciate you for days and days and days and days and days, okay? So those are the good things that I wanted to share with you. Go forth, have an amazing day today. If I have the opportunity to jump on here back again with you, I will do my best to do so. But if not today, hopefully tomorrow. And again, friendly reminder that the Pick 3 opportunity does go away in a few hours. I think it's about 10 down now, like either somewhere between 12 or 10 hours left of Pick 3 over at sistasense.com/PICK number 3. I do it once a year. I did it last year. I'm excited to do it again this year, and then it'll be back at some point next year. So Pick 3, take advantage of that opportunity while you can, and then of course I'll see you right back here real soon with some more fire from your girl, Sister Sense. Till next time, take care, and I'll talk to you later.